How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So as you can see on this video, we're going to be talking about the mouse blocker Pro in particular. They do have a couple different versions, but this is the one that I'm going to be talking about a little bit today. And I actually reached out to them and said, you know what, this is a product that I believe a lot of Honda owners in particular could use. This will apply to any car really, but obviously I'm a Honda technician, so I see a lot of rodent damage with Hondas, and this is a good way to be proactive if you live in a city environment, or maybe next to some of a food restaurant, neighboring town or some sort like that. And like I said, if you see like a lot of rodents in the area or anything like that, then this is something that could definitely benefit you. They do have a couple of different ones. They have a classic version, which is a subpar to this one. And now this was a Mouse Blocker Pro. This one is $89.95, and I think it's a great buy. They also have a plug-in version of this one that would plug into an outlet or an extension cord of some sort. That would work better, in my opinion, for like a shed or if you have a garage. Now, most people with rodent issues, from my random and persistent questioning of customers, typically they do park outside. That's why I believe this one would work best in most situations. And that being because this one hooks up right to the car, and it goes with you and it stays with the car, and you don't have to worry about it. It's basically a set it and forget it type of a setup. So you have two terminals right over here, the red one being the positive, so this will go to the positive side to the battery, or the one with the plus side. This is a negative, will go to the black terminal, or the negative side. Typically the negative also has a ground fairly close to the battery, so that's another way to identify. If you can't identify it, have somebody else install it for you. They shouldn't charge you too much money. This is a fairly simple setup. So once you plug it in, positive and negative, you're gonna unwrap this whatever length you need. This is about 2 feet long or so you can kind of have it in a pretty remote location, but you don't also want to isolate it too much, and I'm going to go over that in just a second. They do supply 4 zip ties with them. As you can see, there's a couple little holes. You can also use some self tappers. I'm not a fan of that. I will definitely try to zip tie them, and you can remove it at any time if you choose. So once you hook this up to the battery, you're gonna the unit's basically gonna turn on automatically, and this unit is has 3 different modes. And it's going to default to 80 decibels. So once you hook it up, it'll be defaulted to 80 decibels right away. By pressing the mode button, which is right over here, it'll cycle to 90 decibels. And then if you press it one more time, it's going to go to 115 decibels. Now, there's going to be some strobing light actions to deter the rodents away, and also alternating blue and green lights right back here, also for some deterring aids. And so Mouse Blocker is saying that most humans will not be able to hear any of the decibels, with the exception of the 115 decibels, so the highest setting. They say that younger children might be able to hear that, but if it's in your engine bay, you're not going to hear that most likely, with all the firewall matting and stuff like that. They also recommend that if you do have a present rodent issue, so let's say you want to look for a solution after you've had an issue already, then you're going to want to put on the highest setting for at least 2 weeks. So, and then after that, maybe turn it down a little bit to the lowest setting, or whatever you think may be best for you at that time. So this also is a nice feature. It does not drain your battery. You're talking about very, very low amperage drawing. So, and the nice thing about it, if you were having some sort of another issue and your battery was running low, for instance, let's say after 11 volts, the system's gonna disengage itself or turn itself off. And likewise, when you start the car and anything after 13 volts, so once the battery's charging or the alternator's charging the battery, it's also going to turn itself off. So that's 2 very cool features. So once again, guys, I think this is something that will help a lot of people out there. If you know you have a rodent issue, you don't have to necessarily be dirty. People all the time tell me, oh, I'm not a dirty person or anything. It has nothing to do with that. Rodents are looking for food and warmth. And the reason they like cars is engine bays are warm, especially after a long drive from work. And most of the engine wiring harnesses are soy-based. So that's key ingredient that they really like, and a lot of little pockets that they like to build little nests on and bring some food, some outside food into there. So you know, people, like I said, once again, oh, I'm not a dirty person, you know, it has nothing to do with that. So just they're animals being animals, you know, it is what it is, and it's just something we have to live for, and we can't argue with them, we can't rationale with them or anything like that. So if you know, maybe one of your neighbors or you see anything in your area, could be something a little bit bigger, could be squirrels. This will also aid in that. It's particularly designed for mice, but it will help with other rodents as well. You might have to get some other you know, aids as well if needed. But once again, I think this will help tons and tons of people out there. The price is really fairly priced, in my opinion. For 90 bucks, it's a whole lot cheaper than having to replace an engine harness or repairing it, you know, having to call a tow truck. So I think in that case, this is very fairly priced. Once again, they do have other versions. They have 2 home versions, one exactly like this, but would go to an outlet, and that one would be $99.95. And then they have a Mouse Blocker 1000X, which basically looks like a subwoofer setup here with a couple different speakers. And this would cover up to 1,000 square feet for $189.95. So, like I said, I think this one overall is the best for everyone, because not everyone has a garage or a good parking space where they could run an extension cord or anything like that. And this one's nice, it's convenient. You basically set it and forget it. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hopefully this helps somebody out there. If you guys have any questions, please make sure you ask down below in the comment sections. You guys could also reach out to me on Instagram. It's the same handle, at Honda Mobile Mechanic. So that being said, guys, thanks for watching, and have a good one.